now we can talk without sub-zero wind in our ears. Thank you. Not just for saving my guys. You got me out of Hoth. You have no idea how much I was starting to hate that planet.
There'll be plenty of opportunities for you to repay the favor.
That I will. Count on it. You know, I missed the rest of the unit already. Even Kree. But they're going home, and that's the important thing. They've earned it. Your friend Kaizen's something else. He was asking how many kills I've made?
In Trandoshan society, an individual's status is determined by hunting.
Oh. Wonder what your status is if you say, I don't keep count. He's odd company for a Jedi Master. I've been posted all over, but I haven't met many Trandoshans. Or Jedi. I always think of Jedi Masters as being stationed on Tython, and being... well, you're more hands-on than I expected.
The Force can't dig a garden or build a city's defenses. Sometimes you must get your hands dirty.
I hear that. At least your missions aren't as hair-raising as mine were. It's been years since I slept through the night without some crisis coming up. Trandoshans, Jedi, it's all good. I'm glad to be here. You know, I did some numbers. This could wind up being the longest assignment I've had in 3 years. Still feel fresh, though. On Hoth, all I could think about was shore leave. Somewhere sunny, or maybe going a little crazy on Nar Shaddaa. Where would you go on leave, if you had the time?
Jedi don't take leave. We have too many responsibilities.
Still, there's more to life than work. Even for Jedi. Good news. One of my guys from Hoth got a promotion. Private Lavik made it to Specialist.
Please, send him my congratulations.
Thanks. I'll let him know. He's gone to Ord Mantell for training. I was there right after my transfer from... Felucia? No, Dantooine. Ord Mantell. That posting was lousy.
What were you doing there?
We discovered a separatist training camp. Me and another lieutenant were trying to break it up. But Lieutenant Jorgen had seniority, and he let me know it. Snap inspections, status reports. Every day he was up in arms about something.
Did you get used to it eventually?
I said yes, sir, when he ranted. Then did what was best for the unit. Maybe I'm being too hard on Jorgen. He was a good soldier. He's probably a general by now. We did the job and didn't lose a single man. Jorgen got a commendation. I got transferred to Sirocco, then to Duro, then Hoth.
It sounds like you're constantly being reassigned. Is that normal?
Army life isn't easy. I hope Specialist Lavik appreciates what he's got.
Got a good operation here, Jedi. But too many people. Inefficient. Can't watch them all.
Now I have you to be vigilant for me.
Consider it done. Be tough to adjust. Strange to be off Balmora, with political power. Peace will be even stranger. I reorganized the munitions locker between political briefings. More efficient now. You have more orders?
You don't have to be constantly on alert. Take some time to yourself.
Can't relax if things are a mess. Sounds like Greystar talking.
Who is Greystar?
Old friend, forget it. first victory as Balmora's political liaison. Spoke to your diplomat, Alani. Organized a new trade route for Balmora. She wanted a personal favor. Thought credits would look suspicious. Useful to know.
Just how personal is this favor you promised her?
Personal enough. Greystar said a friend is an enemy waiting to happen, and vice versa.
This Greystar may have had something there.
He was leader of the resistance cell I first joined on Balmora. Taught me plenty. Before everything changed. Enough. Got trade routes to organize. There's word from Balmora. People are calling me politician, not terrorist. A good start. But I want the opposition leader's post. To critique Ty Corden, keep him honest.
I hope you're not using this to get back at Ty for not letting you in his government.
This is for Balmora. I want one of Ty's officials to support me. Secretary Varum would do. Ty trusts him. But Varum's rich, stubborn. Hard to persuade.
Make your case to Secretary Varum that Ty will need strong opposition.
Won't be enough. Varum's paranoid, terrified of another Imperial attack. He created a militia to guard Ty. Funds it personally. I could tell Varum that Imperials infiltrated his militia, but my people stopped them. With a little evidence, Varum owes me a favor. Easy.
Such a strategy would have to be handled very carefully.
Can but try. You think like Greystar sometimes.
You never told me what happened to him.
Greystar was betrayed. Blasted Empire got an operative into our cell. We scattered, but kept up the fight. War's over. But we lost too much. Secretary Varum came around, gave his support. One step closer to being opposition leader. System works. But there's another candidate back on Balmora. Nayland Fiskin. He's trouble.
Knowing your foe is the first step.
He's a war veteran. Household name. Respectable. Fiskin struck already. Arrested my followers back home over an operation years ago. Says they set a bomb that killed Imperials and Balmoran soldiers. Those Balmorans were traitors, selling ordnance to the Empire. Planned to destroy a village. My people saved lives.
Was Fiskin aware of that when he arrested your followers?
No, not common knowledge. Greystar authorized the bombing. He kept detailed journals. The evidence I need. All Greystar's journals were destroyed on Balmora. Darth Lacris orders. Must be copies elsewhere, though.
What happens if these journals are lost?
I'll improvise. No one's clean. Journals might have dirt on Nayland Fiskin, too. Fastest way to neutralize him.
If you do that, you're still just a terrorist, using the same tactics as before.
My tactics work. I'll keep you apprised. Might have evidence to clear the charges against my men. I found Greystar's journals. A group of Balmoran resistance fighters were on a mission to Nar Shaddaa. Never left. They have copies of the journals.
Greystar probably wanted to protect his ideas.
In case what happened, happened. Plausible. These men lost contact with us. Happens sometimes. They don't know Greystar's gone, or anything else. Their leader is Kalen Jays, one of my trainees once. I should go to Nar Shaddaa, tell him the news myself.
I'm sure he'll be glad to see you, despite the circumstances.
Plus, I can pick up the journals. Efficient. Won't be gone long. Pick up a shuttle to Nar Shaddaa, meet Jays, bring the journals back. Simple. Don't get shot while I'm away. Back. Met Kalen Jays. Journals are safe.
It must have been good to see your friend again.
Not so good. Jays didn't want to give me the journals. Said Greystar left standing orders if he was killed or captured. The journals should be destroyed. And Greystar told Jays not to give the journals to me. Ever. For any reason.
How did you convince Jays to give them to you?
Shot him in the foot. Started reading on the way back. Greystar had plenty to say. He wrote in shorthand, tough to decipher. But there's enough evidence to release my men. Nayland Fiskin's charges fell apart. Need to go on the attack now, before Fiskin's campaign recovers.
What are you planning?
Journals have some intel on Fiskin, too. Hence he took a bribe from an Imperial prisoner. Revealing it would hit him hard.
Attacking a man's reputation often has consequences for your own.
I know what I'm doing. No idea why Greystar didn't want me reading his journals. They're strange. So much history. Talks about people I knew. Like they're still... Back to work. Been working on my combat technique. Noticed some flaws after fighting alongside you. All corrected now.
I suppose it never hurts to be meticulous.
I'm no use dead. Jedi, you're all right.
Welcome home, Master. I hope you find your vessel a model of efficiency, convenience, and comfort.
I never thought I'd say it, but good riddance to Nar Shaddaa. Nobody on that wretched moon has a speck of imagination. Take my little business. If I wasn't building devices to cheat the casinos, I was being nagged for new weapons.
I imagine only heavily armed cheaters prosper on Nar Shaddaa.
Quite. Everyone has a system. Few have an escape plan.
Now, we get to travel in the most darling ship. Although, I can't bear your ship's computer architecture. It's so frumpy. Mind if I give it a little flair?
Will this flare interfere with it being completely operational?
No, don't you worry about a thing.
Holiday has quite the talent for making herself at home. Better leave her to it. So, lead on, Jedi. Just one moment, Jedi. Holiday's latest viral safeguards need to upload. Quite a weighty update this week.
Mm-hmm. Someone's been busy. I should give this my full attention. Good night.
Ah, Holiday. You are unique indeed.
You and Holiday clearly care for each other.
Naturally. She's proof that science and beauty can coexist. Her former owner never appreciated Holiday's potential. That's a hut for you.
You'd crossed paths with the Hutt cartel before we met.
Oh no, I encountered him on Hutta. Glorzo, his name was. He collected rare technology, but he thought Holiday was just a novelty hologram. Imagine. I made a generous offer, but some scavenger had already struck a deal for her. So, Glorzo saw the chance for a little fun.
What happened then?
Glorzo proposed a contest. The scavenger and I would head into the Val asteroid field, hopefully surviving more than 2 minutes. The first to bring back a stone from the Rukabi Major asteroid would win dear Holiday.
I hear approaching Rukabi Major is suicidal. There's too much debris around it.
I had the last laugh. Clever piloting is no match for knowing certain navigational algorithms. I got the stone, returned days before the scavenger, and exchanged it for Sweet Holiday.
So you heroically rescued Holiday from the grip of a cruel hut and won her heart.
Someday it'll make an excellent holonovel. Ah, but what's the past to the present? And we have things to do. Ah, excellent. We have a mystery. A package was hand-delivered to the ship. No name, aside from mine. No return address. The package contained a letter on flimsiplast, sealed inside a glass capsule. Nothing else.
That's simply fascinating.
The capsule has a marvelously puzzling lock. I've never seen such craftsmanship. Once I get it open and read the letter, hopefully I can assuage my curiosity.
This is so exciting. I wonder who it's from.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone's demanding money.
Few blackmailers are this creative. Trust me. I'll get to work on this lock. If you're right, we'll know soon enough. This is absolutely intolerable. I finally get that blasted capsule's lock open, and the letter inside? Pure gibberish.
Jedi, you can make this all better, can't you?
Listen to this. AH3 20 SH4. And that's just one line.
The message is probably encrypted.
Yes, that's occurred to me too. But all our deciphering attempts have failed. AH3 33. Ah. This isn't a message, it's a chemical formula. And the letter itself smells strange. I thought it was the capsule, but what if applying the chemical to the letter had some effect?
We'll never know if we don't try.
Spoken like a true scientist.
Oh, let me make that chemical. I can do it in a snap, and I simply have to know what's on that letter.
Thank you for your inspiration, Jedi. Please excuse us. There's so much to do. I have unfortunate news. Do you remember our mystery capsule and the letter? Holiday made the chemical just as she promised. I thought applying it to the letter was the answer. But when I tried, it completely dissolved. We are left only with vapors.
There must be something else you can try.
That chemical is the answer. I know it. But without another lead... Wait. The capsule the letter came in. I kept it to study the lock. I could apply the chemical to that instead.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Your generosity does you credit, but I have everything under control. Holiday, come back online, my dear. We have a new avenue of enquiry. Success! Our mystery capsule has finally yielded its secrets. Converting the chemical to a gas was the ticket. We managed to fill the capsule.
And all these words started glowing on the inside. We found the real message. Isn't that super?
Please tell me we finally got an answer.
The message is from the Luminatus Club, a veritable who's who of the galaxy's finest scientific minds. An invitation to join them. The Luminatus Club only accepts the best. The pioneers in their field. All these years in obscurity. And my genius has finally been recognized.
This all seems rather extravagant for a simple invitation.
A test, obviously. The Luminatus Club's final exam, as it were. This means I can enter the club's annual symposium. My creations against those of my fellow scientists. The symposium winner will be the darling of the Luminatus Club. It wouldn't be unreasonable to consider them the greatest scientist in the galaxy.
This invitation is a great honor, but don't let it go to your head.
Overconfidence is for lesser men. I think universal adoration and the symposium's grand prize are worth pursuing, don't you? Pardon me, Jedi. I must accept the club's invitation, then start thinking of the finest symposium entry ever created. Do you have time for a chat with your fellow intellectuals?
We've been trying to think of the absolute perfect entry for the Luminatus Club Symposium.
Nothing we've come up with has quite the spectacular edge I'm looking for. Any ideas?
Holiday's a technological marvel, and unique. Why not submit her?
No! What if they wanted to examine her, disassemble her? No, Holiday's out of the question. Still, you're on the right track. I need an unprecedented creation, something no one else could possibly be making. Yes. Perfect! I'll build a Van Drake generator. It was theorized by Dr. Gorman Van Drake centuries ago, but never realized.
As I recall, a Van Drake generator runs on a form of energy that doesn't exist.
A minor setback.
Besides, old Gorman Van Drake never knew about exotech, and he didn't have me to help.
A functioning Van Drake generator would prove a dozen theories, and cement my place in scientific history. Such a project! Sorry, Jedi, I really must get started. We've made some progress on the Van Drake generator. The initial equations have been difficult, but with Holiday's help, I'm almost ready to progress. I've just hit one small obstacle, and I'm sure you and I can handle that.
I sense I'm not going to like where this is headed.
It's a moment's diversion, nothing more. I find myself in need of inspiration. On Nar Shaddaa, a particular spiced wine was a marvelous tonic. A friend has offered to send me a case, if I get him an audience with the Jedi Council.
Why does he want to speak to the Council?
He's searching for new trade routes, I believe. Now, I have a message for the Council ready for your signature. What do you say?
Don't fall back into bad habits. If you wish, I can teach you a technique to improve your mental discipline.
My bad habits and I have come far together without Jedi navel-gazing. Oh, I'll try it. On the condition that you arrange the audience if it's not a success. How interesting. Do excuse me, Jedi. I think I see where I've been going wrong. The equations are done, and we're about to start building the actual Van Drake generator itself. But we're finding components hard to come by. My suppliers are being ludicrously unreasonable. What's an unpaid bill here or there? If only I could regain my supplier's favor, with, say, a note promising payment will be made, signed by someone trustworthy.
No one's more honorable than Gwaizen. Let's ask him.
Jedi, don't be silly. You know who he means.
You have the power to do me an immense kindness with one little signature. I'd be eternally grateful.
Give me the note and I'll guarantee payment for you.
Such generosity. I promise this is the last time I will intrude upon you. Thank you. I'll have the parts I need in no time. The Van Drake generator is finally taking shape. We're a step closer to victory at the symposium. Now we begin the most crucial stage, the generator's core. And another Luminatus Club member, Shorjan Chalice, has offered to help with that.
That's very generous of him.
True. Plus, he doesn't know his entry's doomed to fail against mine. Shorjan wants to trade some exotech for components I need, but I left my juicier exotech artifacts back at my store. You'll pardon me if I take a brief trip home to make the trade? We shan't be away for long.
Don't start gambling and end up too poor for a shuttle back.
Hopefully, Shorgen will have all the components I need. The Vandrake generator's core is crucial to this entire endeavor. It's gratifying to know the security systems at my store are still intact. Shorgen Chulla sends his regards, by the way. Charming fellow, wrote his thesis on planetary shielding mechanics.
It sounds like you've made a friend.
He was kind enough to express some concerns about the components he was trading with me. Shorgen's components will certainly build the core of the Vandrake generator, but he claimed the stress of its operation will soon burn them out. My Vandrake generator will work, but it will work for a minute at most, before it is destroyed forever.
You have my sympathies.
The Vandrake generator is an impossible machine, Jedi. To make an impossible machine work at all is a scientific marvel. A moment's operation should be enough to win the symposium. But after that... Forgive me, Jedi, I should double-check Shorgen's calculations. There may be something else I've overlooked. Do you, have a moment?
If you want to talk, I'm always happy to listen.
You're a good friend, Jedi. I just spoke to Maven Wetter, head of the Luminatus Club. The symposium's coming up very soon. He said he's heard rumors about my Vandrake generator. Everyone's very excited.
I thought you wanted them to recognize your talents.
Of course I do. I've nearly finished the generator, but Shorgen Chalice was right. When I turn it on, its core will be destroyed. That core is irreplaceable. Meaning, I have no way to test the generator before the symposium. Jedi, to be truly accepted by the scientific community's elite, I can't lose when I'm so close.
When you crave something too much, desire often serves to blind you.
And what if it's the only thing you've ever wanted? You Jedi can avoid the searing highs and lows of success and failure. I have no such luxury. I stand poised on the brink of finally proving my worth. The view is dizzying. But so is the drop.
I've seen your prowess as a hunter, Gwaizen. I'm glad to have you at my side. Don't think about that. Imagine how good it will feel to reclaim those lost points. It's shameful such a thing happens in the Republic. Every culture has something to teach us.
Hisaknak onas, Skuvietras, Orgakiran, Zevrenzisek, Yanor Forika, Minsk, Bawilbiagasosis.
From the dark striation on the claw, I'd say this rancor was male, probably in the prime of life.
Lohasamar Krikstulama, Morta Brapsak, Noskastores, Shiverskors, Ram Oras Tajava, Kurkunskara, Orvex, Rajo Raunor, Do Unskka, Yanor Forika, Zademo, Ragorant, Rakirudlex, Nas.
Such a rancor wouldn't have gone down easily.
Sasek, Wajulambasarsk, Varsku Potrak, Tornor Postro, the Endekrusk, Sankalis, Orta Brapsak, Ringhods Luk Sark, Rakva Krenok, Lukachos, Ganaxlisik Check Jash, Luktar Krivo Kirvendas, Varaklanes.
We don't hunt the Sith. We protect innocent people from them, and only kill them when necessary.
Dos Tanga Rasjak, Shiverskosuk, Zonkalis, Orra, Relkevskuna, Raktelis, Voktraksok, Telski, Krak. Garnis Hisaknak onas, Skuvietras, Orgakiran, Zevrenzisek, Lohasamar Krikstulama, Morta Brapsak, Noskastores, Shiverskors,
Thank you, Quaizen, but I won't take money for trophies you claimed.
Rasmuklesarev Ognok, Brandenborsk, Skuvietras, Ortargorsk, Radost Brabzhens, Viktoskuszarsk, Varsku Potrak, Orkankisk, Yanor Forika, Zademo, Ragorant, Rakirudlex, Nas.
A Trandoshan in Wookiee hunting grounds? You're fortunate to have all your limbs.
Radost Brabzhens, Viktoskuszarsk, Yuktak, Ringhods Luk Sark, Rakva Krenok, Lukachos, Navrasisi, Odortikcha, Morta Brapsak, Dretas.
I've heard that vicious Tarentatech hunt in the Kashyyyk Shadowlands.
Lohasamar Krikstulama, Lekatrenis, Ram Oras Tajava, Kurkunskara, Orvex, Rajo Raunor, Do Unskka, Tosha Plumshik Vakna, Shiverskors, Zademo, Yanor Forika.
That seems a high price to pay for victory.
Svetod Tranis, Nakagor Aryak, Skocharat Mask Osla, Svetod Tranis, Utapolua, your scout pocket. Bizade Bohardask, Bakardask, Guksasek, Otrofels Kojek, Dornakvarak, Vexis Yazek, Quivo.
You could have picked up some Trandoshan sickness on our travels.
Organkisk, Radost Brabzhens, Telski, Krak, Ringhods Luk Sark. Radost Brabzhens, Viktoskuszarsk, Varsku Potrak, Organkisk, Tosha Plumshik Vakna, Shiverskors, Zademo, Yanor Forika, Ringhods Luk Sark, Rakva Krenok, Lukachos.
You don't need to purge anything. This sense of shame is all in your mind.
Ram Oras Tajava, Kurkunskara, Orvex, Rajo Raunor, do unskka. Krasnokresare oglak. Vandergorsk. Skuvjertras. Ortargorsk. Lohasamar krigstulama. Orta vrapsak. Oskastores. Shiverskors.
The scorekeeper's herald should witness such an act of reverence.
Verkrades. Tosha plumshik. Sar. Ringhods. Rerjevskuna. Raktels. Ottraksok. Telski. Rak.
Master, you'll be pleased to know I added extra padding.
The Order need your guidance once more, Masters.
A broken vessel merely frees its contents. Your face is familiar.
Though life has written on you since we taught you the shielding technique.
Yes. Now I recall. I sensed the Sith were behind our sudden plunge into darkness.
A moment, Master Arca. Was the shielding technique successful? Did it save your master?
Unfortunately, the evil influencing her was too powerful.
I'm sorry for dwelling on a painful subject. Please, tell us what brought you back to us.
So, you seek an army to protect the Republic from its enemies. Quite a puzzle, even for us.
But not impossible, Master Tharis. The ancient Rakata boast in their writings of imprisoning a sleeping army.
As I remember, the Rakata conquered and enslaved most of the galaxy before they died out.
The translation? Oh, this is fascinating. Apparently, the Rakata imprisoned this army in stasis beneath a planet's surface.
But see, the writings are incomplete. There's no record of which planet it is.
Perhaps we could extrapolate the planet's position from the rest of the writings.
They speak of a fading nova in the night sky during the prison's construction. In that time period? Then it's somewhere in the mid-rim. But we're missing a coordinate to pinpoint it.
See here, a monument proclaims our victory. And that's the Rakata term for Hoth. This monument on Hoth will have the last coordinate.
But go carefully. The Rakata protected their monuments from enemies and rebelling slaves. Its guardians may still be active.
Thank you for all you've done.
You've done a great service in reawakening us. For now, we must conserve our energy. And you have an army to find.
May the Force be with you, and with the Republic.
You'll be pleased to know I remain the most advanced steward droid in the galaxy. If that ever changes, I shall recommend a replacement.
medical pads are currently open for business.
This will be trivial. See what I can do.
I promise nothing less than perfection, Master.
I will leave immediately.
Of course.
Tell me what you need.
Not even the scorekeeper could resist. Quaizen and I have come to honor his father's remains. May we have some privacy?
Spetod, Rasmuklesare Ogla, Rab Oras, Kajava, Kur Unska, Orvex, Rajo Raunari, Udo Unska, Yanor Forika, Zademo, Ragorant, Rakil Urglex, Nas, Wajul Lambasar, Park Potrak, Norex, Undapolua.
That still doesn't explain why we have to go. We haven't seen your dusk shadow.
Skocharat Mas Osla, Spetod Tranis, Undapolua, your scow pocket, Dusk Tanga Rastak, Shiver Skars, Zonkalis, Koraa, Tosha Lumshik Patna, Shiver Skars, Zademo, Yanor Forina.
Even if these charges go off, you can't predict what aftershocks they could cause.
Skocharat Mas Osla, Spetod Tranis, Undapolua, your scow pocket, Paterdas, Skuria Tunchek, Nakrak. Skocharat Mas Osla, Spetod Tranis, Undapolua, your scow pocket, Natrasisi, Odortikcha, Morta Prapsa, Grektas, Wajulambasar, Parsk Potrak, Nodorsk, Undapolua.
Master, I've marked the best escape pod for your sole use. I, of course, will go down with the ship.
Done and done.
Doskchanga, Tranis, Osla. Okilberg, Vetoskus Sarsk.
sitä.
Not my best work.
Not my finest hour.
You deserve nothing less than the highest possible quality, Master.
Target found.
Noblordo, Kiash, utarese pargo.
A real test of my genius.
I have good news for you.
I promise nothing less than perfection, Master.
Tracking name targets.
I've got this.
Kabies mekete first, yang teto giseg.
You're mistaken, hologram. I belong to the Jedi Order.
Segen actes de vertine. Zinesti hidruli, das bruli fehed andanqua.
You exist to spout pro-Rakata nonsense.
Tas men jetske fulpa, de galjes tenti. Iben frukta mi filtöf namakape. Me bagadres pastiatan elbines för kastinti. Des matsen keijum. Maestra me hunuba.
That is absolutely terrible.
Helpest je feles ja tatet. Gelori hermin. Kabies mekete first, yang teto giseg. Me bagadres pastiatan elbines för kastinti.
No, your masters sent orders. They've got plenty of slaves already.
Ben yarafi qua, mas limis illegal.
The Infinite Empire's cruelty will not begin again.
Helpest je feles ja tatet. Gelori hermin.
Rage og ot avis as ig anor cool hoge ege.
But my Senate clearance got us some answers. It's a world called Belsavis.
And the Ashka won't be lonely. The Republic's using Belsavis as a high-security prison.
I can still seek out the Eshka without causing a stir.
Kozulanka kiknik mindaga. Zimpon esa karja li seta tini rek. Akez kifele.
Maybe the Eshka who oppose this galactic cleansing can persuade the others.
Minegin ritet neste ahoje hatal al ala sonak oraban.
We should seek out these Eshkar with all haste. I think they've been imprisoned long enough.